Welcome, everyone. We are here live on Facebook and YouTube. We can see your comments, so make sure all throughout the show tonight you keep those comments coming in. Tonight, we are here after a shocking announcement that the Russell Rush Haunted Tour is ending after one final episode. Tonight, we will find out why, where the team is headed for their final assignment, and which cast member has already seen their last of an on-camera outing. This is the Haunted Tour. Where do we go from here? Hi, guys. I'm your host tonight, Philip Nelson. I've been working with the Russell Rush Haunted Tour team for the last over a half decade, hosting the After the Haunts, and it is exciting to be here with you tonight, but also a little bittersweet with the announcement that was made. We're all here tonight because we've all come to love this show, and this cast has taken us deep into the depths of the paranormal. And quite frankly, I'd be lying if I said we weren't all in disbelief that it is ending, me included, after 13 incredible seasons. Tonight, we're going to answer all your questions, so get ready for that. First, let's welcome the cast of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, Jell, Daryl, and Kendra. We're bringing them in.
Hey.
Hey there.
Hi.
Joey, Vanessa, and the legendary Russell Rush himself. Guys,
what's up, everybody?
So we're super excited to have the entire cast here with us tonight on this Haunted Tour. Where do we go from here special event? So I'd like to just get a little update from the entire Haunted Tour team of what you guys have been doing. Let's just do around the horn here. So Jell, what's been going on with you?
Well, I have a brand new grandbaby, my first grandbaby, that I've been watching every single day during the daytime. And I've been turning my entire backyard into a huge garden. So it's full-time projects right there.
So how about you, Vanessa? Any big life changes since we've seen you last on the show?
I finally had my baby. She's about to be 6 months in a week. So that's gone by really fast. That and working. So
how about you, Joey? No comment from Joey. He's a man of mystery. Joey is simply a man of mystery, and he always is. You know, whenever I think of Run, Joey, Run, it just puts a smile on my face. But Joey, can you hear us? I think he may be muted. We'll come back to you. So Kendra and Daryl, what's been going on with you guys since we last saw you on the Russell Rush Haunted Tour?
Well, not a whole lot. I'm working a lot. Most of y'all know that I'm a nurse, so during this pandemic, we've been a little bit busy. But other than that,
she's on the front line of all
girls
this.
are getting older, and life's good.
Thanks for your service on the front lines.
Yeah, I have been since this pandemic hit. I've been working from home. I'm like, okay, yeah. So really, I'm in pajamas right now. So just not to show.
Don't stand up. Don't stand up, Daryl.
Do not stand up.
Okay, no, everything has been good. So yeah.
So Russell, how about you, man? What's been going on since our last episode?
Well, I mean, I feel like the picture behind me that I once bought at World Market for $80 is now world famous as I've been working from home, streaming, doing all the things. My co-host Raven made fun of me on the air the other day. And she said, "What is that picture?" And I was like, "Man, I never dreamed I'd be sitting in front of it for 2 years during a pandemic." So, but no, here we are, man. I'm doing well. I have been working from home this entire time. I've been to the radio station twice since March 16th of 2020. And to my left is a home studio. I really don't know if we're ever going back. So, at least me.
Wow. Well, in case all of our viewers at home have been living under a rock, or if you missed it because of the big Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp outage yesterday, let's take a look at the Haunted Tour's huge announcement that came just a few days ago.
In life, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And the journey I've embarked upon with my friends has been nothing short of amazing. It's been terrifying. It's been crazy. It's been sad. It's been disappointing and rewarding at the same time. It's been one hell of a ride. And we're about to do it one last time.
Kick the tires, light the fires on this one. We are go.
The final episode of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, October 28th.
So there it is. How does it feel to watch that 13 seasons all summed up into under 3 minutes as a team? Let's start off with Jill.
Wow, that's a lot of memories. It's been a really fun ride. I'll say that much.
So Daryl and Kendra, what's going through your mind when you're watching all these videos?
Well, I mean, we didn't start out with Russell when he started out his group. Jill and Vanessa were there. They're the core of this thing. They were there before us. And then we came along, and it's been a fun ride ever since.
Oh, yeah, definitely something to look forward to every year. Just getting ready, looking things up, seeing one another, spending time together. I think we've always been a very good team, too. Just no huge fights or anything.
Yeah, and and it's going to be sad to not have to pull out the Golden Plunger Award again. Daryl is the king of the Golden Plunger, and it's kind of bittersweet not to be able to present him with that award. So
Vanessa, it's funny, Philip. Sorry to interrupt, but it was funny. Kendra mentioned, we're a good team, no fights or whatever. I'll never forget during one of the scripted parts of the openings of the show, they were like, you guys need to like argue about this and we were like, but we can't. We couldn't do it.
It's nice when you have a team that actually gels together and y'all actually enjoy being around each other and going out and seeing some pretty amazing stuff. So following that, Vanessa, 13 years of your life, it's got to be surreal.
It is. I mean, I remember how we started, and it's like you said earlier, it's bittersweet. It's so sad to see it go, but it's understandable why.
Yeah. Well, Joey, I know you're a guy who plays things pretty close to the vest. You're pretty steady with your emotions, but just watching this, did it make you at least feel some kind of way? He's still playing it close to the vest.
He can't hear us.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
You gotta text him.
For the entire show tonight, Joey is going to be the man of mystery. So,
Chat room.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If we're gonna have to do without Joey at some point, Joey, we don't want to make you sit here through all this over here.
You guys can hear me. I can't hear you at all.
We can hear you.
He can't hear us, but we can.
We'll have
hear
to.
him.
We'll have to text him the questions that
What
he
I'm
answers.
hearing is
Hey Russell,
what sounds
can you
like
have
this here speaking.
Sarah Lynn start
all I hear.
texting Joey questions?
Yeah, right.
We have to. She is always behind the scenes helping
Oh,
us
yeah.
out.
Hang on. We can do this here. Hang on.
This
Joey.
is the joys of modern technology. We're
How
texting
does-
Joey question.
The show ending affect your girl game?
Oh, nice one, Russell. Nice one. We're gonna enjoy.
Oh, it just went off. Did you hear that? No, don't text back.
I'm gonna text you back.
No.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go talk.
We can hear you. This is not how I planned this to work.
You gotta type
Okay.
that.
You should have the answer coming in now.
Chat answer coming in now.
He says, "Oh, that's been solid."
That's not a bad idea. Have Joey watch the live and then
We're good on that
answer.
end.
Joey, buddy, I don't know what's going on, man. We're gonna pull you out of here until
I can
you.
hear you guys.
Yeah, we can, but
Have him
should
watch
we-
the live.
Yeah, tell him to watch
Yeah,
the live.
keep an eye on the live for us if you would. If you can get it fixed, join us back. All right.
Text him, Russell.
All right.
All right. The magic of television. You guys are getting a behind the scenes look. But that leads us into Russell. How poetic is it to end the Russell Rush Haunted Tour with your 40th investigation?
We didn't even know, to be honest with you. I mean, as I was, working with Mike to put together that trailer, this big epic announcement that really showcases, what the show has been about for this long time. He said we should do this big build up, but and after 13 seasons, 2 Emmys, and he's like, how many investigations? And I literally went on to the website and I'm all 1, 2, 3. I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is going to be our 40th investigation. So, I mean, sometimes things are meant to be that you really don't understand, but it is almost a perfect ending, if there can be such a thing.
Well, we're going to have more on your final location in just a bit, because I know all your fans are eagerly awaiting, what this grand finale is going to look like. But before we do that, I would like to welcome all of the viewers that have joined us. We are, I'm Philip Nelson, your host, and we're here with the entire Russell Rush Haunted Tour team, who after 13 years is going to release their final episode on October 28th. Oh my gosh, Lisa, it's nice to get the chat from our longtime friends and people that have been part of the show. So keep the chat coming in, guys. We're really excited to have you here with us tonight. But we also want to get to your questions. So we're going to be watching the chat and we're going to take your questions, and the team is here to answer all of your questions tonight. So get ready for that in a couple of minutes. So Russell, it was important for you to do this for your fans, right? I mean, what was the catalyst to say, okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody's dealing with a lot of personal issues and family things. And why is it important for your fans to give them this amazing finale?
Well, that's just it, right? It's like, with anything in life, if something, I remember as a kid, there was a favorite show, and now, of course, I can't remember the name because I need to, but there was a show that I watched and I really liked, and it went away, and I remember going like, what happened? Like, where did it go? Why didn't they tell me they were going away? And I just feel like with anything in life, if you give people it's never fun to say goodbye, right? But if you give people the chance, and I just have too much respect, I guess, for the fans of this show, and what it's meant to me over these years. So we wanted to give them an ending, and that's why we're here.
So have you been shocked by the fan reaction after you released that you dropped the bomb on the community with that video?
I have a long email. I won't give the name out, but they were literally offering their help if we would continue. So yes, I've been shocked. You know, you never know, right? I mean, Joey's having issues on the live stream. There's bugs in here tonight, and it's because there's so many people joining on the lives here between, we're on 3 different pages right now. But yeah, you always hope that people love it as much as you do. And with this show and this community that we built, some of the responses I've heard from people is like, say it ain't so, please reconsider. I can't believe this is going away. Then you have the people that are angry and forget that this is free to them, and they're like, well, I'm never watching again. And I'm like, well, that's fine, because there won't be anything more.
You already saw everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, shocked is an understatement.
You'll give them a full refund for their price of admission, right?
I sure will, yes.
So for the rest of the team, after this video dropped, what kind of feedback did you guys get from your fans and friends that have basically been with you guys for more than a decade? I'm going to call you out. Let's go with Vanessa.
Like, really? Well, why? And, I couldn't say anything. I didn't have anything to say to people. I have a couple of people that I actually work with that found out I was on the show, and they're really disappointed. And, I told them it's all within good reason. So, but yeah, a lot of shock in the fact that it's ending after this, length of time.
So Daryl and Kendra, have you guys had any feedback from your friends and family and fans about the grand finale of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour?
Well, they first of all wanted to know what was going on, where we were going, and pretty much just couldn't believe the same thing as Vanessa. Just, is it really true? What's going on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Jill?
Yeah, well, the biggest disappointment was my kids were the most disappointed that I came in.
Really?
And I found that shocking because everything that mom does is really stupid. And all of a sudden it's ending, and especially Casper, he's like, oh my gosh, and are you sure you won't just do one more? I never got to go with you, Mom. I was like, well.
He was in an episode, though.
He wanted to go on the investigation. Is what he was getting at.
The kids want more. So what do you guys, after 13 seasons, 2 Emmys, and millions of fans all over the world, what do you guys want or hope that the legacy of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour is?
That Russell gets to see his full body apparition.
Yes. Maybe this is it.
I'm glad you're not my partner.
Yeah. Russell's going to be doing his segment alone.
I'm used to that. That's pretty typical when we're in a real scary place, I could say that because Joey's not here to defend himself anymore. But no, I think for me, I think when we set out to do this, I had a couple of people, and this is kind of, pulling back the curtain a little bit, but, we've had meetings. People are like, oh, man, this show belongs on cable or wherever. And you may have heard me mention it before, and we've met with different producers and cable networks and things. And they all wanted us. And they all wanted us to be something different. And I just said, nah. So, guys, I'm sorry. I probably kept you from, for what they were offering, making like $100 an episode, but
No, I appreciate
How much?
that.
How much? What? How much?
Daryl.
What was Vanessa saying though? I didn't.
No, I was saying I appreciate that because you wouldn't let someone turn us into something we were not. You know,
Yeah,
you told them no because you wanted us to be real. You wanted us to be us, and I appreciate that.
That was the whole point, right? It's like, I mean, Daryl and Kendra, Jell, you've been in a lot of places. You've investigated with a lot of teams. You know, you've been doing this longer than Vanessa and I have overall. And you've seen these teams. And honestly, how many of them go in and take their shirt off and yell? You know what I mean? Like, that's not what really happens. And we wanted to show what it was like for real people to go into really haunted places and have real reactions. And sometimes when you get scared, all you can do is laugh. And these places were like, this is good. The show is fantastic, but you need to knock off the humor. And I was like, we're not trying to be funny. I mean, when we put me on a donkey, yeah, we're trying to be funny. But like in the episode,
that was the best part.
When it's 4 a.m., that's the way it is.
You have your friends there, and you're all laughing, and that's the whole point. Is we show the funny parts as well as the scary parts.
But that's the legacy that I want. I want people to understand that that's what it's like, and it's not like the other way.
So it's a genuine paranormal investigation. Because when I met you guys, when you invited me to host the After the Haunt, I'd watched some episodes, but I didn't know a lot about it. But one of the things that I saw was that you guys were all genuine. If you found something, you found something. If you didn't find anything, you told people about it. You weren't, because a lot of these shows, it seems like they're we've got to deliver something, so they'll fabricate something. But, I've been with you guys on multiple Halloween live ghost hunts, and there's been segments where it's like, as we're getting nothing, and then next thing you know, they're saying I'm outside with Philip, and it's the authenticity, I think, is what endears your fans to this show. Not that you asked what I want the legacy to be, because it's not my show, it's yours, but you guys are authentic. You get to meet the real Russell, you get to meet the real Joey and Daryl and Kendra and Jell and Joey and Jack and anybody else involved. And I think that's why you have such a loyal fan base. Joey's now defending himself in the comments. We have Joey, it's ironic because we always joke about run Joey run, and he ran away to the chat room. So Jell, I'm sorry I derailed, but I love what you guys have done. But Jell, what do you hope that the legacy of this show will be?
Gosh, the legacy. That's a tough question. I just hope everybody remembers that our heart was in the right place, and we may have had a few laughs along the way, but we were serious about what we were doing, and we did the best job we could to give everybody the best evidence that we could find.
Yeah. That's whenever I met with these people, that was the second question. They're like, so how much of this is produced up? And I was like, I'm sorry? Like, how much do you have somebody do? And I didn't understand what they were asking me. And he was like, how much of these effects are you producing up? And I'm like, the evidence? I wouldn't call it evidence if we were producing it. Like the evidence that we've captured is unbelievable in my eyes. That's why we kept doing it, because we would hear things and see things, and we would carry on conversations with these things, and it was just incredible the entire time, right up to the end.
Russell, I'm going to go a little bit off script here, but when you and I first started talking about me hosting the After the Haunt, you told me the story of how you got involved, and you didn't get involved with this team to really find real evidence. Is that true? You were just kind of doing a bit for the radio, and then you were surprised. Can you tell your audience a little bit about that story?
Yeah, I mean, I've told the story before, but Vanessa was there with Bobby originally, and we started doing this just as an audio thing, and then I thought, man, we should go out and follow like some ghost hunters around and kind of like poke fun at them like Conan O'Brien does with like the Civil War reenactors. And we went out with Mission City Paranormal with Mike and his team. And, you know, as I'm trying to make these jokes and everything, like, I started getting a little bit freaked out here and there. And, like, you know, motion sensors were going off, and we heard things, and things were answering. And I was like, holy crap, this is real. And then I bought a voice recorder, and it just spiraled from there. And in the closet to my right over here, you don't want to know how much money is in there on your stuff. But it became a bit of an obsession, and just to get the next it's kind of a drug, really. I was about to say, get the next hit of, like, what that evidence was going to be, and then how do you top it? Like, how do you top carrying on a real conversation where they're answering intelligently, like what happened at Big Al's bar? I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's how it all started.
Well, it's an authentic show. I mean, we all know about scripted reality, and what I think endeared me to your show, and I think a lot of your fans, is that this is not scripted. You're showing up, and basically all when you show up for an investigation is who's going to be in a certain area and what the teams are, and you just kind of let the cards fall where they fall, and and you share what you find. And it's very rare these days to find an authentic show like this. And I think that's why you have so many fans. So,
no, I agree.
Speaking of the fans, I know we keep having a lot of people that join us. So I want to kind of welcome all of our new guests. You're watching the Russell Rush Haunted Tour. And we've got the cast here and Joey in the chat room.
Jack's waiting too.
Jack's?
He's in there, but his camera's not working, unfortunately. Oh. So I'm so sorry,
Jack. The gang's
Jack.
all here in spirit and on camera. But, we're here to learn why this tough decision to end the show after 13 years was made. So, Russell, I'm just going to ask you the $1 million question. Just get it out of the way. Why are we ending the Russell Rush Haunted Tour after 13 amazing seasons?
The short answer is it's time. Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible ride, and all the cliches, all the good things coming to an end, all those things, but they're all true. That's the thing. But the fact of the matter is, this pandemic, these last couple of years on this team, I mean, we've been all put through the ringer. We mentioned Jack, who's in the room. The man's house burned down, during the pandemic. I mean, we've lost loved ones. It hasn't been all bad news. Jell's a grandma, even though she won't let me call her granny. Vanessa's had a baby, but we're all, we're all moving forward and growing, and, it's time to focus on what that next thing is. And, there's so many interests that I have, documentary ideas and things that Mike and I keep referencing Mike, he's our cinematographer and everything, but, that we have that maybe we want to focus on down the road. So I'm not saying that, there'll never be anything, there'll never be a show of some kind, or there'll never be some content that I'm putting out, but that's kind of where we are. But by and large, we all need to take care of ourselves right now. Jell will speak to this, but this is something that you shouldn't do if you're not in the right frame of mind.
Yes.
And, right now, I think we all need to take care of ourselves, until, if ever, we can all get back to that place where we are strong enough to confront whatever we face at, any location, on any investigation, anywhere, anytime. And and I don't think that we're there. And I think that right now we need to make the smart decision and just take care of ourselves. Me included. Still going through treatment, still battling. Got some things down the road that me, and everybody on this team knows me. I don't just do anything a little bit. So,
yes.
When they say, "Hey, Russell, your cancer has no cure," I'm like, "Yeah, bullshit. we're going to figure it out. And that's what we're going towards. And so, you know, it's my health. It's Daryl and Kendra's mental state. It's Jill's mental state. Vanessa, just, you know, a lot is going on right now. And, you know, my hope of hopes, we're all in a good space in some time, and we find a cool place, and we can all get together for a one-off or something, a special, or, you know. But that's the why.
So, Jill, you know, I know in the past you've said that paranormal investigations can be dangerous if you're not in the right headspace. So do you feel like the team is overall in a compromised state given all the things that everyone's been dealing with?
Yeah, everybody's been going through some crazy stuff in some way or another. And even with babies coming in, I feel really uncomfortable going to deal with paranormal stuff and then possibly bringing something home. Or, you know, just a few years ago, I lost my husband, and, you know, that put me in kind of an altered state where I didn't really feel that comfortable investigating. Russell is not well. He's trying to fight through it, and he needs all of that energy to focus in that direction. He doesn't need to pick up anything negative along the way that will be able to attach and attack him more easily. He's fighting for his life. He doesn't need to take that chance right now.
Yeah. So I know Daryl and Kendra, you guys have also faced some huge challenges over the past year. You know, does that factor into you needing to just take this time off and end the show in the Russell Rush Haunted Tour with this episode?
Uh-oh, something happened to Russell there.
Uh-oh, when you lose Russell, you know.
Oh, there he is. People see our shows and they see what's going on the shows, but there's an awful lot of work involved. This is not just, you know, one day say, hey, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to do. I mean, this is hours and hours and hours of planning, you know, and researching, looking things up, interviewing. You know, there's a lot of added work behind the scenes, evidence review, you know, Russell tried to edit, you know, till 3 o'clock in the morning, most, you know, all of October, sometimes all of September. So, I mean, there's just a lot more involved than just a show. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of it too, is just taking a break from that added work. And sure, are we going to still investigate? Sure, absolutely. I mean, this is what we do. It's fun for us, but the show itself is really, it's a great team. We all work well together, but it is a lot of work.
You know, this pandemic, you know, since I've learned a lot. You know, I personally, we have actually, you know, we actually caught the virus. We were actually sick from the virus. It taught us. This pandemic has, and I'm just not talking to us and Jill and Vanessa. It's changed America. It's changed the way we are looking at things. Kendra and I will always investigate. We will continue doing that. My thing with myself, and everybody on the team knows, I am a skeptic. I am the biggest skeptic in the world. And I've often said this, and I've told Russell, Russell, you know, this might be the end. I don't believe that. I really, truly don't believe that. We're going to be back sometime. I guarantee. I will put my, I guarantee we are going to be back. When,
what are you going to put on that?
It might be 10 years from now, but we will be back. And in fact, you can hear Russell say, I'm back. It's going to be that type of situation. So, you know,
that's why we're calling it an indefinite hiatus.
Yeah.
See you later. Not goodbye. See you later.
Yeah. See you later. But it's like I say, this whole thing has changed. I'm getting ready to retire very soon, and I'm working from home, you know, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to retire. I'm working from home. Shoot, I'm not driving to work anymore. I'm just staying, you know, my pajamas. I'm just like, why do I want to retire now? But it's changed. It's changed a lot of America. It changes the way we've thought. You know, we're cleaner now, guaranteed. We're cleaning, washing hands, doing that. we are clean now. And I'm like, wow. But it's been different, and it was fun. It still is fun. It'll always be fun. So we'll see. Again, I'm a skeptic. We haven't gone.
From the chat room, I noticed someone said that Vanessa is going to get a spinoff, Toddler Investigator. So she's got her hands full.
Coming. Jill's grandbaby's coming.
Yeah.
Sophie's the leader.
I better get to work.
So, Russell, just to kind of button this up, as your teacher would say, sum it up, Russell. So why can just in a single sentence, can you give us why is the Russell Rush Haunted Tour ending?
Right now, we're pausing to take care of ourselves and going on an indefinite hiatus. And we all have the want to come back, and whether or not that happens is a whole nother question. But right now, we're taking care of ourselves.
So you're saying there's a chance? No. So sorry, a little Dumb and Dumber quote for you guys.
We haven't even ended the season yet.
I know, but but basically that means that, you know, there's a chance that when things settle down in the world and you guys are in a better space, we may see you guys make a reunion again. And you've alluded to that already, but I think that I think your fans really like to know that. And I'm also excited to know that Joey likes to work in his PJs.
Yeah.
The joys of having Joey in the chat room. So right now, I think I'm gonna scroll through the chat room. Does anybody have any questions for the Russell Rush Haunted Tour team? Because, you know, what I'm seeing in the chat is just a lot of love for you guys. You know, words of encouragement. You know, Kendra is a warrior, being a nurse during the pandemic. You know, there's just so much love here. And then when Lisa Frank has invited us all to a party at the jail, so that's always a nice little shout out, because when we did the live investigation from the old Lavaca County Jail, I was lucky to be outside of the jail with the food. You know, because Lisa and Deborah fed me like a king while you guys were in there working. But does anybody have any questions you would like to ask the team of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour? We'll be watching the chat, because right now it's just an outpouring of love and appreciation for the entire Haunted Tour team, you know, and all the work you guys have done. And it's nice to have so much love from the fans. I know you guys that are, you know, the team members aren't really watching the chat as much, but how does it make you guys feel to be getting, you know, this much love from your fans and friends?
It's heartwarming that many people are paying attention.
We saw.
They're gonna miss us.
I saw Gonzo on there, and I'm like, wait, we need to get him back. He's been bitten by a donkey, so we need to think of something else to come up.
Quarantine over the donkey. Hey, Philip, I did see a couple of questions come up, and Robbie's on screen right now.
Robbie's on screen, so let's go round the horn. And Joey, you can comment in the chat. But what, in the 13 seasons of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, what is your favorite location?
I have said it before, and I'll say it again. The jail still scares the crap out of me. Yorktown still scares the crap out of me. But Helena, it just felt a certain way, and I don't know if for me if that was like a turning point in the show. And even though we caught some evidence that was either being faked or somebody was working through somebody, I don't know, man. That place really freaked me out, and the fact that, and that was honestly, guys, the first time, if you remember, I remembered talking, and that was the first time that anyone had thrown the word, you know, demon around. But on top of that, we were blocks apart. We were truly alone, not on a different floor.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Helena for me, and I saw Spoon in the comments. Spoon was there, and
he was.
That's the one. At one point, I had to run because I was so far away from everyone else alone, and I heard a voice on my earbuds. It freaked me out so much, I just booked it to where everybody else was at. It's a long way, too.
And since Kendra and I have been doing this, this investigation that we've been doing, it's always been Yorktown. Yorktown has always been my favorite. It still scares the crap out of me whenever I go there. And it could be during the day, and it still scares the crap out of me. But the best investigation, or the investigation that I remember most, is the Gunner Hotel. I mean, not everybody might have experienced what I went through or what Kendra went through, but I was there, and Russell was doing filming at that time. He was our cameraman. He saw me just go nuts. I was just going nuts after what happened to Kendra. We had been told about it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't antagonize those guys. Don't do it. You remember all that, Russell? Don't. We did it, and it happened. So it's been fun. That's a memorable investigation for me.
So Daryl, for the fans that are watching online, you've got new fans that come in every season, and they haven't seen it. May not have seen every episode. Can you give us just a little teaser of what you did to taunt the situation so that they can go back and watch your foolishness?
Okay. Okay. In reality, when we were doing the Gunner, we had 3 separate teams going in on separate nights, and each team had something that they had to do. I can't remember what Jill and Vanessa. Who was it? Jill and
I was with Russell.
Yeah, you were with Russell at the time, and you were with Joey, and y'all had one thing that you had to do. And Russell and Vanessa and Joey, y'all had another thing. Kendra and I were there to antagonize. That's what our job was. We were supposed to, and I was really laying it on the line. I was just, I was making this, whoever it was, whatever it was, I was just telling you, you're a killer. You kill somebody. You kill somebody's daughter. How does that make you feel? I was just going nuts with that. And then it happened.
And you regretted your taunting.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Go watch the Gunter, man. That one's intense.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
By the way, there's a comment on the bottom here from JoJo.
Yes.
Who, if you've watched the whole series, you saw him run away at Victoria's Black Swan Inn. Back in the day.
Yep.
So, what were your favorite snacks while filming?
Anything that Jill brought.
Yes, I was gonna say Jill was like, she was like homeroom mom for us. She would show up with a cooler. She would bake muffins. Yeah. There was like healthy stuff. At the same time, she brought Twizzlers for me and Mike.
Meal prep, yeah.
She cooked full pans.
Was that the King chicken? Was that the King Ranch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Chicken.
Yep.
Yeah. Because we lived at that ranch for several days, and Jill was there. We all had different things. Daryl's minding the equipment and everything, and we're all trying to review evidence and things.
And I'm cooking in the oven and making eggs for breakfast.
Was it Helena? No. Where did we have the keto snacks?
Oh, everywhere since.
No, someone. No, it was our host. It was the host. Oh my gosh, her and her daughter were.
Deborah and Lisa gave us all the keto stuff too.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So we've got another question. Is there anywhere you didn't get to investigate that you really wish you could have? And that's
yes. Russell, where were we going to go? Remember when we were planning this trip? We were going to go, and no group has ever done it, right? If I'm correct, when we were thinking about going to your home state and going and doing that a prison.
I didn't realize that where I grew up in Iowa, Iowa's one of the most haunted states.
Yeah.
Because of so many American Indian burial grounds and so many battles that were fought there. But there's a prison in my hometown, a max security prison, and yes, all the time as a child, I remember the alerts going off of there's a break in the prison. Don't pick up any hitchhikers, and I'm like, what? Like we lived there through this, but anyway, the prison shut down, and now it's just sitting there. And we were in serious talks with the mayor to come out there, and
yep.
Talks broke down, but that would be a great special to come back with someday.
Exactly.
Pilgrimage to Russell's homeland.
Yeah.
With the Russell Rush Haunted Tour team. So before we take the next question, I just want to remind everybody, don't go anywhere because we have yet to reveal the location of the final investigation, and this is a good one. Plus, which cast member have we already seen the last of on camera? So we've got some bombs to drop on you coming up towards the end of the show, but let's go ahead. Did anyone ever have a trip and fall while getting scared or anything like a blooper? Or what was your favorite blooper? So that's from
Daryl
Nicole,
almost
Andrea.
falling down the stairs at Red Berry.
Yeah, caught that on camera.
That was pretty good. We should try and put together a blooper reel for our for the farewell show that we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Vanessa and I bumping through the door at the same time.
Yeah.
We both heard something and took off, and we hit into
It was like
each other.
it was get out, and they were like, okay, and we turned around and ran into each other, and then ran into Mike.
That was like a Three Stooges thing, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was comical. Oh yeah.
Russell, what's your favorite blooper?
Well, sadly, I was the one that got blooped on most of the time, so that wasn't fun. But I honestly, whenever I watch some of the older episodes and things, just the things that Bobby would say, right? Like we were at what's the name of that place in Goliad?
Presidio?
The Presidio La Bahia. We were at Presidio La Bahia, and we were all talking. We were like, I think there's somebody over in the corner over there. And it was like far away at the stone wall or whatever. And Bobby's like, I'll get him. And so I was like, hang on, let me get this on camera. And we're videoing this. And Bobby starts running. I was like, oh crap, I got to run after the guy. So I'm running. And then Bobby just yells, like, look out, jerkwads. And I was like, what? Why are we name calling the people from the 1800s? Like,
what about the basement in Yorktown? When he's like,
oh man!
He's like, oh sorry, farted. I got scared.
Bobby, when he got scared, he farted. And Bobby's on right now. What do you know? Look.
And the crop dusting award goes to Bobby. You know, y'all have done some, over the years of working with you guys, there's been some really scary moments, some funny moments, some silly moments, and it has been amazing to see, the authenticity of what you guys have done. Let's see. There was a question that we didn't pop up on screen, but I'd like to ask it. It's from one of the fans who I'm apologizing that I can't pronounce your name. South Kavon in Sime. I'm sorry, I butchered it, but asked a question earlier. Have you revisited any of the locations from previous episodes and stayed in touch with any of the hosts that hosted there?
I would say most. I was watching the Haunted Hill House episode the other day, and I saw Phil on there. And Phil and I did not get along at first, and then after the episode, Phil was like calling me every other day.
The other Phil, not this one.
Oh,
yeah, right, yeah. No, Phil, the former owner of the Haunted Hill House. But no, I mean, I think in the beginning, anybody who has a property that opens it up to somebody like us, and they see all this coming in, and they're like, my God, when is the equipment going to stop? And they're like, what have we done? But then once they see the finished product and they see a lot of these places would invite us out and just say, initially they would say, can we just use the front half for our museum or to show people the history of our building? And we're like, do whatever you want. They loved it so much, they would feature the entire episode in their museums, like in Lockhart and other places. And, I think one of the things for me that still just kind of makes me smile inside is the fact that when we went on the ship in Corpus Christi, the USS Lexington, they were terrified of what we were going to do or how we were going to classify that. And afterwards, you know, to this day, Billy Miller down there,
Billy,
you know, he's still a good friend of ours, and they were very, very happy with what we did and how we honored, you know, those who served. And so, you know, I think that's one thing that we've always done well, is that we've always treated everybody fairly. Not everybody's been 100% happy, but when people have concerns when we come into their place about a certain story that's told, you know, we've always listened, and we've always been responsive, and still been able to keep our integrity as a show.
So another question's come in from the chat from Mezam Jojo. Do you guys have any pregame? You know, they said Meza said pregame jams before an investigation or hype music, but I'm gonna kind of spin that into, how do you guys get ready for an investigation? I know everybody has something different, so I'd like to hear what each person does to prepare for what you guys have done for 13 seasons.
I used to rely a lot on gel sprays, but I haven't seen those in a while.
Movie gone.
Gel, that's how we got to start out the final investigation. Gel's going to spray us down one last time.
I'm looking at it right now.
What are you spraying them with, Gel? What are you spraying them with?
It's a product called Ghoul Be Gone. It's got sage in it, and
this is not a sponsorship.
And it came.
Should be.
It came from a paranormal convention. A woman was just randomly passing by the convention that sold that, and we all bought some from her. And then, to this day, you can't get that anymore, I don't think. So, when we run out of Ghoul Be Gone, that's it. It's over.
Did it include a money-back guarantee?
But there's another spray, Gel. There's that
was a 3-pack of sprays that it was like sage and protection, and I was spraying all 3 of them on me, and then after I finished spraying, I looked, and one of them, 2 of them were protection, and one of them was like Lucky Love spray, and I'm like, oh crap.
I knew it.
I didn't mean to do that, but that's just what happened. I should have read the bottle beforehand. I just thought they were all.
So why would you, before an investigation, would you ever use Ghoul Be Gone? I mean, don't you want to find something? It's like, we got nothing tonight. The Ghoul Be Gone worked 100%.
Very rarely do I ever have the problem of not finding anything. I just want to make sure nothing comes home with me.
That sounds like a good plan. So, guys, we're going to go into the next segment, because on October 28th, there will be the last and final installment of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour. So, Russell, is it appropriate to go ahead and ask, where is the team headed? Do you want to announce it right now?
I do. We are super excited to get into a place that I've actually tried years to get into. We are San Antonio, Texas based, and this is a San Antonio, Texas legend. The legendary Bonham Exchange, downtown, built on the battleground of the Alamo, a building that dates back to the 1800s and was in essence an 1800s YMCA. Why people needed to work out back then at a life expectancy of 30, I'll never know, but still. But it is a famous nightclub to this day. You know, the radio station goes out there every Friday night. It is an amazing place. Lee, the GM's incredible. And as soon as I asked him, he texted me a video and said, I think you're going to like this. They have experienced things for years. It has never been investigated, and you know how much we love those.
Well, the Bonham Exchange will be premiered on October the 28th. When are you? I don't know if you want to say this, but do you want to announce when you're going to record that, or does it need to be top secret? You don't want a lot of people showing up, I know.
We're going to hit fast forward over this segment, Philip.
Okay, so how about those Spurs? I think it's their year. So, well, fans at home, get ready for October 28th, The Haunting at the Bonham Exchange. It's going to be the final episode of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, but there's still a lot more Haunted Tour to come. So I think at this point, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule of live streams and events and let Russell take us through this.
Yeah, so we still have a lot of time to spend together here this month. You're going to be sick of us and ready for us to leave after the month of October. But starting on Thursday, we're bringing back our Throwback Redux, which is where we revisit an old episode and you watch it along with us, and we stop and comment and make fun of ourselves and talk about what was going on behind the scenes at the moment. So starting Thursday and every Thursday until we release the new episode at 8 o'clock, we'll start with that on this Thursday with the Throwback Redux of the Ripley's Haunted Adventure. Then next Thursday, the 14th, the Throwback Redux of the Haunted Hill House, which is the first investigation that I ever witnessed Jell walk out of. On the 21st at 8, the Throwback Redux of the Aztec Theater, which is one of my favorite entrances that I ever made on the show. And then, of course, on the 28th, the final episode gets released at 6 p.m., The Haunting at the Bonham. And then later that night, you got to watch it, though, because later that night at 9 o'clock, we go live. Philip will host After the Haunt, and we'll talk about the episode and go into more detail on that. And then on the 31st, on Halloween night, we know it's a Sunday night, and maybe you've already done all the Halloween stuff, and you're just going to be chilling in your PJs like Joey is at work. We're going to rerun one of our old live investigations so you can have a little haunt that night, streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. And then I really encourage you to join us on Day of the Dead on November 1st at 8 o'clock. The team, they don't know this, but they're all getting some champagne and Prosecco if you're on keto. And we're all going to sit around, tell some stories, and share one last moment together as we say farewell to Haunted Tour.
Well, it's a power-packed month, and as everybody gets ready for Halloween excitement, you know, one of the things that I know your fans have loved in October is, you know, your lead up, you know, and just having a fun month of paranormal investigations. And fortunately, in addition to your live shows, your fans can also go watch, you know, 13 seasons. Where can people go watch that, Russell?
Yeah, all the shows are loaded up on YouTube right now. So just search for the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, and you'll be able to watch it all. I dare you to start from the beginning, season 1 in 2008, and move all the way through, and see if you can get there by the 28th. But yeah, they're all on there, and of course our website also is russellrushhauntedtour.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow on YouTube, do all the things. Shout out without even saying anything. We're at 10,200 subscribers, which is really cool. We never even intended for people to subscribe. We're hoping to find a place to put the videos to where we could embed them and share them with our friends, and here we are.
So that leads me to another mystery of tonight. There's one cast member who will not be joining the team for your investigation of the Bonham. In the chat, does anyone want to guess who that is? Let's pause for a moment and let all of the fans that are watching in the chat guess who is the cast member that will not be making an appearance at the Bonham. If you'd like to guess, we're going to announce that in just a minute. Bobby, Bobby, who else? Anybody else have a guess? We'll see if anybody comes in with a guess. We're going through the cast members. We have a guess for Joey from Opal P. We've got Daryl and Kendra making an appearance on screen. Vanessa is another guess. We've got an uh-oh. Oh, look at that sad face from Vanessa. Oh, those first episodes. Oh, we're hoping it's a trick question and that we won't be missing anyone. That's a nice one to feature on the live show. So, Russell, would you like to make the announcement of who will not be joining you at the Bonham? Wait, Brad guessed that it was Russell.
He's right.
No, who is not going to be joining you on this?
No, I would not like to announce this, but he's not here to announce it. So I'm sad to say that we have seen the last of Joey on camera during an investigation, and we are saddened by that. But fully respect where he's at in regards to safety with the pandemic and his family, and making smart choices, and that's all we can ask anybody to do for each of us right now, because we have some pretty strict, tough protocols with our production team in order to even shoot the episode, and so there'll be no Joey, and he's left me alone. And if I find out, by the way, that he instead went to Vegas and was lying about the COVID stuff this whole time, I'm going to be upset.
Russell, I think for the fans, yes, that's what you got to share. Joey's like, I got kicked out. Tough crowd. You know, there will be no Run Joey Run in the Bonham Exchange.
There will be no more Run Joey Run unless we just get a shot of him running and edit it in somehow randomly.
Symbolic. You'll play video of Joey running in the venue. You know, I mean, in our outline, I was supposed to heckle Joey a little bit at this segment, but since he is not with us on video, we just have to talk bad about him, and he can only defend himself in the chat. But you know, Joey, you definitely left your mark on the Haunted Tour, from flying away to Vegas and abandoning Russell to being king of one-liners and blunt observation. Joey the King, as he's known, certainly never held back. Russell, can we play a little Joey blooper reel or a highlight reel? Or do you have something we can play to give Joey?
Yes. Joey doesn't look like he may seem very, very nice to all of you, and he is. But
I'm scared of where this is going.
But he's also extremely scheming, and I'll show you why here.
Vanessa and Bobby and I, we had this fake, excrement.
Over here. What is this? What is this?
We put it out for Russell can see it, and he walked in and got totally freaked out about it. And
oh my God! What is that? What is that? That was not here.
We were acting like we were gonna touch it and eat it, and he just turned into a straight girl.
Oh my God! So gross!
You bastards. I thought that was a real crap. I walk in there, it's pitch black, you turn the flashlight on, and I see this piece of poop sitting in front of me there. What the hell would you have done?
I never heard Russell scream like that before. He was like, let me see if I can imitate it. He was like, don't touch it! And his hands turned into like little T-Rex arms, and he just couldn't move, he froze.
Don't touch it! What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
My favorite.
What a great farewell video.
About the poop.
That is amazing. Joey, you will be missed. Is anybody gonna? I don't think you should say this, but I hope that all the cast members that will be there for the Bonham will be thinking of a nice practical joke to end the series as it is today. So that was an amazing clip. Joey, he gives us a lot of crying there. That was a great clip to send off Joey as we announce his final episode. Was the last one you saw, not the upcoming one. So, I officially that's it for tonight, but I'm going to take one quick look. Elizabeth Ann is heckling Joey, saying the Bonham was just too much for him. Let's see.
If I could say one of his, when you said the king of one-liners, I will never forget Joey during the Wonderland Mall episode.
Yes, that's
where we were trying to coax him in that non-excavated space, and we played rock paper scissors, and Joey said, what did he say? Something like I'm not going in there all. Can't be going in there all willy nilly.
Willy nilly.
Can't be going in the portal of hell all willy nilly. I was like, who the hell is willy nilly?
Well, Joey, you will be missed all willy nilly.
Ever.
But
awesome.
when they call the unfinished room the gate to hell, it doesn't inspire you to want to go in, right? Didn't they call it that, or the portal?
The portal to hell.
The portal to hell is what
pep
they
talk.
Excavated.
That was
Excavated.
Excavated space.
Joey is defending himself, and he says, "I've never said that again after that night." He retired willy-nilly after the Wonderland.
As he should have, honestly.
I thought it had been retired in 1930, but So, guys, what a great night. Your fans through the 13 seasons have just, been here with you. One of the things I would like to point out, as I've watched some of the old clips, is how fantastic everybody looks. You guys got on this keto kick, and you watch the old episodes, and you're all half the person you were when this season started.
Oof.
That's what my kid says. When Casper sees me watching like that little reel that we just aired on social media, every time he sees me enter the screen, he yells, "Big Chungus!"
Oh my God.
Nice.
And I'm in there a lot, so he was just, "Big Chungus, Big Chungus."
It's rare in a series where everybody gets better looking through the seasons. But, across the board, the Russell Rush Haunted Tour team has just aged well over the 13 seasons. So kudos to your transformations. But sorry, I derail. I'm going off script, Russell, but I will get back on script. And, I will thank all of our fans because that is it for tonight. Thank you for joining us as we kick off the final season of the Russell Rush Haunted Tour. Thursday night, the team will be live for the Haunted Throwback Redo. Is that how you pronounce it, or Redux?
Throwback Redux.
It's a Redux.
Yeah, I know you're from Louisiana, so you saw Redo.
It's a Haunted Tour Throwback Redux, for the non-Louisianians out there. And you can also watch the Ripley's episode with the team and hear all the behind-the-scenes gossip. That's Thursday night at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. Any final words before we wrap up our amazing event tonight? Anybody want to give a shout out to your fans and friends?
I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported us along the way. I know nearly everybody in the chat that has played a role. Maybe they shot a certain episode, or they made a phone call to get somebody to help us out with a reenactment. They were at a location. Kendra said it's a lot of work. It's a labor of love. We're going to miss it. And next October, I'm sure it's going to come around, and I'm not going to know what to do with myself other than root for my third-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. Just want to throw that out there. But, no, for real. It's been an emotional time to drop the news, but we love you all. We thank you for the support. We're excited about the final investigation. We're going to do this and have a lot of fun this October, and we'll see you real soon.
Well, I don't think I could top that, so I just want to wish everyone well. Have a fantastic month as you join the Haunted Tour team as they replay and relive some of these moments. Make sure you tune in every week leading up to the Bonham Exchange final episode. Thank you, guys, and happy Halloween.